I'm so happy you're here today. Whether you're listening while you're having your morning coffee, taking a walk, driving to work, or simply relaxing at home, you've already taken one small step toward becoming a more confident English speaker. Before we begin, I want you to let go of one idea that has probably been holding you back for a long time. You do not need to know every English word to speak naturally. You do not need a perfect accent. You do not need to speak quickly. What you really need is to feel comfortable using the English you already know. If you've ever found yourself thinking, I know this word, but I just can't say anything, then today's lesson is for you. Maybe you've studied English for years. You recognize hundreds, maybe even thousands of words. You understand videos. You read articles. You know grammar rules. But then someone smiles at you and asks, how are you doing today? And suddenly, your mind goes completely blank. You know exactly what they're asking. You know you should answer. But somehow, your brain starts searching through grammar rules, vocabulary lists, and translations. A few seconds feel like forever. Then you finally smile and say, I'm fine. Even if you're not. If that sounds familiar, don't worry. You're definitely not alone. This happens to millions of English learners around the world. The good news is that it doesn't happen because you're bad at English. It happens because your brain hasn't had enough natural speaking practice yet. Today's lesson is going to help change that. Instead of memorizing difficult vocabulary or complicated grammar, we're going to practice English the way native speakers actually use it, every single day. You'll hear natural expressions. You'll repeat them. You'll use them inside real situations. Little by little, your brain will begin recognizing these patterns automatically. And one day, you'll notice something wonderful. Instead of translating in your head, you'll simply answer. That's our goal today. By the end of this lesson, you'll know how to respond much more naturally during everyday conversations. Especially when someone asks simple questions that often make learners freeze. Before we continue, if you enjoy learning English in a calm, practical, and natural way, consider subscribing to Relaxing English Listening. We create new listening and speaking lessons designed to help you build real confidence. One conversation at a time. Now, take a slow breath. Relax your shoulders. There's nothing to memorize right now. There's nothing to pass or fail. For the next few minutes, simply listen. Notice the rhythm. Notice how the words connect together. And whenever I invite you to repeat, don't worry about sounding perfect. Just speak. Every sentence you repeat is training your brain to think a little more naturally in English. Let's begin with one of the most common situations you'll ever experience. Imagine you are walking into a small neighborhood coffee shop early on a Monday morning. The door opens. You hear soft music playing in the background. Someone is ordering a latte. The smell of fresh coffee fills the room. You walk up to the counter. The barista smiles warmly. Good morning. How are you doing today? This question sounds incredibly simple. But for many learners, this is exactly where everything stops. Most people immediately answer, I'm fine. Is it wrong? Not at all. But native speakers often use many different responses depending on how they actually feel. Let's explore a few together. The basic answer is, I'm fine. Now say it quietly. I'm fine. Very good. Now let's make it sound a little more natural. I'm doing pretty well. Listen again. I'm doing pretty well. Repeat after me slowly. I'm doing pretty well. Excellent. Notice how relaxed that feels. Here's another response you'll hear almost every day. I'm doing good. Thanks. Listen carefully. I'm doing good. Thanks. Now repeat it. I'm doing good. Thanks. Wonderful. Now let's make it even more conversational. I'm doing pretty well. Just a little tired today. Listen first. I'm doing pretty well. Just a little tired today. Now say it with me. I'm doing pretty well. Just a little tired today. That sounds much more like real life. Native speakers often add a small detail after answering. Instead of stopping after I'm good, they continue naturally. For example, I'm doing well. It's been a busy morning. I'm good. Just trying to wake up. I'm doing okay. I could really use some coffee. Did you notice that last expression? I could really use some coffee. Native speakers say this all the time. It doesn't mean you absolutely need coffee to survive. It simply means coffee sounds like a really good idea right now. Let's practice it. I could really use some coffee. Again. I could really use some coffee. Now say it a little more naturally. I could really use some coffee. Excellent. Imagine. The barista smiles and laughs. So could I? Suddenly, you're having a real conversation. Not because you used difficult English. Because you used natural English. That's the difference. Many learners spend years studying advanced vocabulary. Native speakers spend most of their day using simple words in natural combinations. That's exactly what we're practicing today. Let's continue the conversation. The barista asks. Long morning. Instead of saying, yes, you could answer, yeah, kind of. Listen carefully. Yeah, kind of. Repeat after me. Yeah, kind of. This tiny phrase appears everywhere in everyday English. It means yes. A little. It's soft. It's friendly. It sounds human. Let's expand it. Yeah. Kind of. I woke up earlier than usual. Repeat slowly. Yeah. Kind of. I woke up earlier than usual. Very nice. Now, another version. Honestly. I'm still waking up. Listen. Honestly. I'm still waking up. Repeat after me. Honestly. I'm still waking up. Notice how honestly makes the sentence sound relaxed and conversational. Native speakers use words like honestly, actually, pretty much, I kind of, and a little all the time. They make conversations feel natural instead of robotic. Let's practice one more. Honestly, I needed this coffee. Again. Honestly, I needed this coffee. Now try saying it with a smile. Honestly, I needed this coffee. That already sounds like something you'd hear in a real cafe. Here's something interesting. Most learners believe sounding fluent means using bigger words. Actually, sounding fluent usually means choosing simpler words that fit the situation naturally. Think about these three answers. I'm tired. I'm a little tired today. I'm a bit tired. But this coffee should help. Which one sounds most like real conversation? Probably the third one. Not because it's difficult. Because it feels complete. Let's practice together. Basic. I'm tired. Repeat. I'm tired. Natural. I'm a little tired today. Repeat. I'm a little tired today. More natural. I'm a bit tired. But this coffee should help. Repeat slowly. I'm a bit tired. But this coffee should help. Excellent work. Can you feel the difference? You're not learning isolated vocabulary anymore. You're learning complete thoughts. And that's exactly how fluency develops. Now I'd like you to imagine something. You're standing by the window with your coffee. The rain has just started outside. You take your first sip. It feels warm, comfortable, peaceful. A coworker from your office walks into the coffee shop. They notice you. "Hey, good morning." You smile. They ask, "How's your day going so far?" Take a moment. Don't translate. Just think naturally. Maybe you say, "It's going pretty well so far." Or, "So far, so good." Or, "It's been a busy morning already." There isn't just one correct answer. That's the beauty of real English. Real conversations are flexible. Native speakers choose expressions that match the moment. And starting today, so will you. Before we continue, I want you to remember something important. You don't become fluent because you understand one lesson. You become fluent because you repeat small, natural sentences over and over until they become part of you. Every time you quietly repeat a sentence, your brain creates another connection. Every natural phrase you hear becomes another tool you can use tomorrow. You are not collecting vocabulary anymore. You are building habits. And habits become confidence. Confidence becomes fluency. In just a moment, we're going to leave the quiet coffee shop behind and step into another everyday situation where many English learners suddenly become nervous. This time, the conversation will move a little faster. The energy will change. And you'll discover several expressions that native speakers use almost every single morning without even thinking about them. The warm cup is still in your hands. And for just a second, everything feels calm. The sound of milk steaming fades into the background. Quiet conversations blend together. And the smell of fresh coffee fills the room. Moments like these are perfect for practicing English because they feel real. They don't feel like a classroom. They feel like everyday life. Your coworker walks over with a friendly smile. "Hey, I didn't expect to see you here." You smile back. "Yeah. I stop here every now and then." Listen to that expression. Every now and then. Native speakers use it all the time. Instead of saying, "sometimes," they often say every now and then. Repeat after me, slowly. Every now and then. Again. Every now and then. Now say the whole sentence. "Yeah. I stop here every now and then." Excellent. Notice how relaxed it sounds. Your coworker looks at your coffee and laughs. Looks like you needed that. Instead of answering with only "yes," let's make it sound more natural. "You have no idea." Listen carefully. "You have no idea." Repeat after me. "You have no idea." Again. "You have no idea." This doesn't literally mean the other person knows nothing. It's simply a friendly way to say, "I'm really tired." Or, "I really needed this." Let's build the sentence. You have no idea. I barely slept last night. Listen first. You have no idea. I barely slept last night. Now repeat. You have no idea. I barely slept last night. Great job. Notice another useful phrase. I barely slept. Instead of saying, "I didn't sleep much," native speakers often say, "I barely slept." Repeat it. I barely slept. Again. I barely slept. Now, with the whole thought. I barely slept last night. Very nice. Your coworker nods with understanding. I know the feeling. That's another expression you'll hear almost every day. I know the feeling. Repeat after me. I know the feeling. Again. I know the feeling. It means, I've experienced the same thing. Imagine someone says, I'm exhausted. Instead of answering, me too, you could say, I know the feeling. It sounds warmer and more connected. Let's continue. Your coworker asks, busy day ahead. This is a very common question. Notice they don't ask, will today be busy? They simply ask, busy day ahead. It's short, natural, conversational. You might answer, yeah, it's going to be pretty busy. Listen, it's going to be pretty busy. Repeat, it's going to be pretty busy. Now, let's make it sound even more natural. I've got a lot on my plate today. This is a wonderful expression. I've got a lot on my plate. Repeat slowly. I've got a lot on my plate today. Again. I've got a lot on my plate today. Native speakers don't usually mean actual food. This expression means you have many responsibilities. Here's another version. I've got quite a bit to do. Repeat. I've got quite a bit to do. Excellent. Can you hear how everyday these expressions sound? Nothing is difficult. Nothing is formal. They're simply the phrases people use naturally. Let's practice with rhythm. Listen first. I've got a lot on my plate today. Now, repeat slowly. I've got a lot on my plate today. Now say it a little faster. I've got a lot on my plate today. One more time. Relax your shoulders. Smile. I've got a lot on my plate today. That sounded much smoother. The conversation continues. Your coworker says, same here. Two very simple words. Same here. Repeat. Same here. Again. Same here. Instead of saying, me too, you can often say, same here. Now let's build a natural exchange. I'm pretty busy today. Same here. Listen once. I'm pretty busy today. Same here. Now, repeat both parts. Wonderful. These tiny conversations are exactly how real English sounds. Now imagine another customer accidentally bumps into your coworker. Oh. Sorry about that. Your coworker smiles. No worries. This expression is everywhere. No worries. Repeat. No worries. Again. No worries. It means, it's okay. Don't worry. It's not a problem. Instead of saying, it's okay, try saying, no worries. Let's practice. Oh. Sorry. No worries. Again. Oh. Sorry. No worries. Excellent. Native speakers love short responses like this because they sound relaxed. Here's another useful one. It happens. Repeat. It happens. Again. It happens. Imagine someone says, sorry I'm late. You could answer, no worries. It happens. That's exactly the kind of English you'll hear every day. Take a slow breath. Notice something. You haven't learned difficult grammar. You haven't memorized long vocabulary lists. But you've already collected several expressions that fit naturally into real conversations. You have no idea. I barely slept. I know the feeling. I've got a lot on my plate. Same here. No worries. It happens. That's real progress. Every small sentence you repeat is training your brain to think in English instead of translating. Let's keep going. Your coworker takes a sip of coffee. So, any plans after work? Instead of answering, yes, let's sound more natural. I'm hoping to take it easy. Listen carefully. I'm hoping to take it easy. Repeat. I'm hoping to take it easy. Again. I'm hoping to take it easy. What does take it easy mean? It simply means relax. Rest. Not do anything too stressful. Let's build another sentence. I'm hoping to take it easy tonight and get some rest. Repeat after me. I'm hoping to take it easy tonight and get some rest. Excellent. Maybe your coworker says, that sounds nice. You answer, I think I need it. Repeat. I think I need it. Again. I think I need it. Now upgrade it. I definitely need it. Repeat. I definitely need it. Wonderful. Can you hear the natural rhythm? Native speakers often stress the word definitely. I definitely need it. Try saying it with feeling. I definitely need it. Very good. Now let's make this conversation feel even more alive. Listen. So, any plans after work? I'm hoping to take it easy. Sounds like a good idea. I definitely need it. Listen once more. So, any plans after work? I'm hoping to take it easy. Sounds like a good idea. I definitely need it. Now repeat each line quietly after me. Take your time. There's no rush. You're not trying to sound perfect. You're simply building familiarity. Every repetition makes the next conversation a little easier. Now I'd like you to think about your own day. Maybe you're listening early in the morning. Maybe it's lunchtime. Maybe it's late at night. Ask yourself this question in English. What are my plans after today? Don't translate. Just answer naturally. Maybe you say, I'm hoping to relax. Maybe you say, I'm meeting a friend. Maybe you say, I've got a few things to finish. Whatever your answer is, say it quietly. That's your English. That's your voice. And every time you answer a real question about your own life, your English becomes more personal and much easier to remember. Here's another phrase you'll hear constantly. We'll see. Repeat. We'll see. Again. We'll see. Imagine. Someone asks, are you going to watch that new movie tonight? You smile. We'll see. It means you're not completely sure. You're open to the idea, but you haven't decided yet. Native speakers use this expression every day. Let's combine it with another sentence. I'm hoping to relax tonight. But we'll see. Repeat slowly. I'm hoping to relax tonight. But we'll see. Excellent. That sounds relaxed. Flexible. Natural. Before we leave this coffee shop, let's review today's expressions one more time. Every now and then, you have no idea. I barely slept. I know the feeling. I've got a lot on my plate. Same here. No worries. It happens. I'm hoping to take it easy. I definitely need it. We'll see. Notice something important. These aren't random vocabulary words. They're pieces of real conversations. The more often you hear them together, the easier they'll come to you when you need them. You're beginning to build something much more valuable than memorized English. You're building automatic English. That's exactly what fluent speakers rely on every single day. In just a few moments, the quiet atmosphere of the coffee shop will slowly fade behind us. The pace of the day is about to change. The sidewalks are becoming busier. More people are heading toward the office. Phones are ringing. Doors are opening. And you'll soon find yourself in another familiar situation where many learners suddenly become nervous. This time, you'll discover how native speakers handle the first few minutes of a busy workday with calm, friendly, and surprisingly simple English. As you leave the coffee shop, the cool morning air greets you. The streets are a little busier now. You hear buses stopping, bicycles passing by, people chatting as they hurry toward work, and the steady rhythm of footsteps on the sidewalk. The peaceful feeling from a few minutes ago slowly changes into the energy of a new day beginning. Take a slow breath. Imagine you are walking toward your office. Your coffee is still warm. Your bag is over your shoulder. You check the time on your phone. You're running just a couple of minutes later than you hoped. Not very late. Just enough to make you walk a little faster. This is one of the most common situations in everyday life. And it's a perfect opportunity to learn English that native speakers actually use. As you approach the entrance, you see another coworker holding the door. They smile. Morning. Running a little late today. Notice the question. Running a little late. Native speakers often shorten questions like this. Instead of saying, "Are you running a little late today?" they simply ask, "Running a little late." It's friendly. It's quick. It's natural. Let's answer. The most basic response is, yes. But let's make it sound more conversational. Yeah. Just a little. Listen carefully. Yeah. Just a little. Repeat after me. Yeah. Just a little. Again. Yeah. Just a little. Very good. Now let's upgrade it. Yeah. Traffic was a little heavier than usual. Listen. Traffic was a little heavier than usual. Repeat slowly. Traffic was a little heavier than usual. Excellent. Notice something. Native speakers rarely tell long stories to explain small delays. Usually, one simple sentence is enough. Traffic was a little heavier than usual. That's all. Simple. Clear. Natural. Let's continue. Your coworker laughs. I know what you mean. Another beautiful expression. I know what you mean. Repeat. I know what you mean. Again. I know what you mean. Notice the difference between this and the phrase we learned earlier. I know the feeling. I know what you mean. The first one shows you've experienced the same emotion. The second one shows you understand someone's situation or opinion. Both are incredibly useful. Now repeat this short conversation. Traffic was a little heavier than usual. I know what you mean. One more time. Excellent. You walk into the lobby together. People are greeting each other. Some are waiting for the elevator. Others are checking emails on their phones. One person smiles and says, Morning. Notice that they don't always say, Good morning. Very often, they simply say, Morning. Repeat after me. Morning. Again. Morning. Now answer naturally. Morning, how's it going? Listen carefully. How's it going? Repeat. How's it going? Again. How's it going? This question is one of the most common greetings in spoken English. It doesn't always ask for detailed information. Usually, it's simply a friendly way to connect. Let's practice a few natural responses. It's going well. Repeat. It's going well. I'm doing pretty well. Repeat. I'm doing pretty well. So far. So good. Repeat. So far. So good. This last one is especially common. So far, so good. Listen again. So far, so good. Now repeat it naturally. So far, so good. Excellent. Imagine your coworker smiles. Glad to hear it. Repeat. Glad to hear it. Again. Glad to hear it. Small expressions like these make conversations feel warm. You don't need difficult vocabulary. You simply need natural rhythm. The elevator doors open. Several coworkers step inside. Someone presses the button for the 6th floor. The ride only takes a minute. But small talk happens all the time during moments like this. A coworker turns toward you. Big day today. Instead of saying, yes. Let's make it more interesting. It might be. Listen. It might be. Repeat. It might be. Now expand it. It might be. We've got a couple of important meetings. Repeat after me. We've got a couple of important meetings. Again. We've got a couple of important meetings. Notice how native speakers often say, we've got, instead of, we have. It sounds softer, more conversational. Let's compare them. We have 2 meetings today. We've got 2 meetings today. The second version is much more common in everyday speech. Now say it naturally. We've got a couple of important meetings today. Very nice. The elevator reaches your floor. The doors open. Everyone walks toward their desks. Computers begin turning on. Phones start ringing. Someone says, looks like it's going to be one of those days. Listen carefully. One of those days. Repeat. One of those days. Again. One of those days. This expression means a day that's especially busy, stressful, or full of unexpected events. Let's build a sentence. It feels like it's going to be one of those days. Repeat. It feels like it's going to be one of those days. Excellent. Here's another very common response. I've got this. Listen. I've got this. Repeat. I've got this. Again. I've got this. This doesn't mean you're holding something. It means, I can handle it. I'll be okay. Imagine, your coworker says, good luck today. You smile confidently. I've got this. Repeat once more. I've got this. Now say it with confidence. I've got this. Wonderful. Confidence isn't only about pronunciation. It's also about believing what you're saying. Let's practice another natural exchange. Looks busy today. Yeah. But I've got this. Again. Looks busy today. Yeah. But I've got this. Excellent. Take another slow breath. You're building English that belongs in real life. Not textbook English. Real conversations. Real reactions. Real confidence. Now imagine you're sitting at your desk. You open your laptop. Before you can even finish your first sip of coffee, a message appears from your manager. Can we talk for a minute? Many English learners immediately become nervous when they hear this. But native speakers often stay calm. Instead of thinking, oh no, they simply respond, sure, or, of course. Let's practice. Sure. Repeat. Sure. Again. Sure. Now another version. Of course. Repeat. Of course. One more. Absolutely. Repeat. Absolutely. Notice that each one sounds a little different. Sure is relaxed. Of course sounds warm. Absolutely sounds enthusiastic. Now imagine your manager walks over. Do you have a minute? This question doesn't literally ask whether you have 60 seconds. It simply means, are you available? You answer, sure. What's up? Listen. What's up? Repeat. What's up? Again. What's up? In this situation, what's up means, what would you like to talk about? Let's build the dialogue. Do you have a minute? Sure. What's up? Repeat both lines slowly. Excellent. The manager smiles. Nothing serious. Another useful expression. Nothing serious. Repeat. Nothing serious. Again. Nothing serious. Imagine how much calmer that feels than worrying immediately. Your manager continues. I just wanted to check in. Check in. This is another phrase you'll hear all the time. Repeat. Check in. Again. Check in. To check in means to see how someone is doing or ask about progress. For example, I just wanted to check in and see how your project is going. Repeat slowly. I just wanted to check in. Excellent. Notice the rhythm. Native speakers often soften their language. Instead of saying, I need to know, they say, I just wanted to check in. It sounds much friendlier. Let's continue. You answer, everything's going well so far. Repeat, everything's going well so far. Again, everything's going well so far. Now expand it naturally. Everything's going well so far. I'm making good progress. Listen. I'm making good progress. Repeat. I'm making good progress. Very nice. You're learning something important here. When native speakers answer questions, they often add one extra sentence. That extra sentence keeps the conversation moving. Instead of stopping at, it's going well, they continue, it's going well. I'm making good progress. That tiny addition makes you sound much more fluent. Let's practice that rhythm together. It's going well. Pause. I'm making good progress. Again. It's going well. I'm making good progress. Excellent. Every extra sentence builds confidence. Every repetition strengthens your speaking habits. Every natural phrase becomes easier the next time you need it. Now it's your turn. Think about your own work, or your school, or maybe a personal project. Answer this question silently. How is it going? Maybe you say, it's going well. Maybe. I'm making steady progress. Maybe. I'm still working on it. Whatever your answer is, say it naturally in your mind. Don't translate. Simply speak. This is how your brain slowly learns to think in English. And every time you answer with your own life instead of someone else's example, the language becomes more meaningful. You've already handled greetings, small talk, being a little late, talking with coworkers, answering your manager, and speaking with calm confidence, without even noticing it. You've already completed several real conversations that happen in offices every single morning around the world. The day, however, is only beginning. In just a few moments, an unexpected invitation will pull you into another situation that many learners find even more challenging. This time, you'll discover how native speakers keep conversations flowing naturally without memorizing perfect sentences. And you'll begin using English that feels even more spontaneous and effortless. The morning continues to unfold. And, little by little, the office begins to settle into its rhythm. Computer screens glow across the room. Someone is quietly typing an email. A printer starts humming in the corner. Soft conversations drift through the open workspace. You take another sip of your coffee. And for the first time today, you feel like you've caught up with the morning instead of chasing it. Your manager smiles before walking away. Thanks. Let me know if you need anything. That simple sentence is something you'll hear almost every day in an English-speaking workplace. Let me know if you need anything. Listen carefully. Let me know if you need anything. Now repeat after me. Let me know if you need anything. Again. Let me know if you need anything. Excellent. Native speakers love using "let me know" instead of saying "tell me." They often say "let me know." It sounds softer, more helpful, more natural. Let's practice another example. Let me know when you're ready. Repeat. Let me know when you're ready. Again. Let me know when you're ready. Very nice. A few minutes later, one of your coworkers walks over to your desk with a friendly smile. Hey, we're grabbing a quick coffee downstairs in about 10 minutes. Want to come? This is another situation where many English learners freeze. Not because they don't understand the words, because they don't know how to answer naturally. The easiest answer is yes. But native speakers usually say a little more. Let's learn a few natural responses. Sure. I'd love to. Listen. Sure. I'd love to. Repeat after me. Sure. I'd love to. Again. Sure. I'd love to. That sounds warm. Friendly. Relaxed. Now another version. Yeah. That sounds nice. Repeat. Yeah. That sounds nice. Again. Yeah. That sounds nice. Excellent. Here's another expression you'll hear constantly. I'm in. Listen carefully. I'm in. Repeat. I'm in. Again. I'm in. It simply means, I'd like to join. Imagine someone asks, want to grab lunch later? You smile. I'm in. That's all you need. Let's practice. Want to grab lunch. I'm in. Again. Want to grab coffee? I'm in. Very good. Notice how short conversations often sound in real life. They're simple, comfortable, natural. Your coworker smiles. Great. We're leaving in about 10. You answer. Sounds good. This tiny phrase is one of the most useful expressions in conversational English. Sounds good. Repeat. Sounds good. Again. Sounds good. Native speakers use it everywhere. Someone suggests a meeting. Sounds good. Someone recommends a restaurant. Sounds good. Someone changes the schedule. Sounds good. It's flexible. Easy. Friendly. Let's build a small conversation. Want to come with us? Sure. I'd love to. Great. We're leaving in 10. Sounds good? Now repeat each line quietly after me. Take your time. Notice the rhythm. Notice how nobody is trying to sound impressive. They're simply communicating. That's exactly what fluency feels like. As everyone returns to work for a few more minutes, you begin answering a few emails. Suddenly, your phone vibrates. A message from a friend appears. Hey, haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? This is another extremely common question. How have you been? Notice the difference. Earlier today, you practiced. How are you doing? Now you're hearing. How have you been? This question usually asks about a longer period of time. Let's practice a few natural answers. I've been pretty good. Repeat. I've been pretty good. Again. I've been pretty good. Now upgrade it. I've been keeping busy. Listen. I've been keeping busy. Repeat. I've been keeping busy. Excellent. This expression doesn't simply mean you've been working. It means life has been active. You've had plenty to do. Here's another one. I can't complain. Listen. I can't complain. Repeat. I can't complain. Again. I can't complain. Native speakers often use this expression when things are generally going well. They're not saying life is perfect. They're simply saying things are okay. Imagine. Your friend asks. How have you been? You answer. I've been keeping busy. But I can't complain. Repeat slowly. I've been keeping busy. But I can't complain. Wonderful. Notice how natural that sounds. Here's something interesting. Most English learners stop after the first sentence. Native speakers often continue the conversation by asking a question back. For example, how have you been? I've been pretty good. How about you? Listen. How about you? Repeat. How about you? Again. How about you? Simple. Friendly. And it keeps the conversation moving. Let's practice together. How have you been? I've been pretty good. How about you? Again. How have you been? I've been keeping busy. How about you? Excellent. Conversations become much easier when you remember one simple idea. Answer. Then. Ask. That's the rhythm of everyday English. A little later, you and your coworkers head downstairs. The elevator is quieter this time. People seem more relaxed. Someone jokes. I think I need another coffee already. Instead of saying, me too. Try something different. I was just thinking the same thing. Listen carefully. I was just thinking the same thing. Repeat after me. I was just thinking the same thing. Again. I was just thinking the same thing. This expression creates an instant connection. It tells the other person, we had the same idea. Let's practice another one. You read my mind. Listen. You read my mind. Repeat. You read my mind. Again. You read my mind. This doesn't mean someone actually knows your thoughts. It's simply a playful way of saying, that's exactly what I was thinking. Imagine someone says, let's grab coffee. You smile. You read my mind. Repeat once more. You read my mind. Excellent. The cafe downstairs is busier than it was earlier. People are chatting in small groups. Coffee machines are working non-stop. Someone laughs loudly from across the room. The atmosphere feels alive. One coworker asks, what are you getting? Instead of answering with one word. Coffee. Let's make it sound more conversational. I think I'll get an iced coffee today. Repeat. I think I'll get an iced coffee today. Again. I think I'll get an iced coffee today. Notice the phrase, I think I'll. Native speakers use it constantly when making small decisions. Let's try another example. I think I'll have the soup. Repeat. I think I'll have the soup. Again. I think I'll have the soup. One more. I think I'll wait until later. Repeat. I think I'll wait until later. Very good. That tiny pattern can be used in hundreds of everyday situations. As everyone waits in line, another coworker notices the pastry display. Those look really good. Instead of saying, yes, try saying, they really do. Listen, they really do. Repeat. They really do. Again. They really do. Notice something subtle. The first speaker says, those look really good. Instead of repeating, they look really good. Native speakers often answer, they really do. This keeps the conversation smooth. Let's practice. This smells amazing. It really does. Again. This place is nice. It really is. Wonderful. These small patterns make your English sound much more natural without using difficult vocabulary. Now, let's slow down for a moment. Take a comfortable breath. Think about everything you've practiced today. I'm in. Sounds good? I've been keeping busy. I can't complain. How about you? You read my mind. I think I'll. They really do. Every one of these expressions is something you'll hear in real conversations. Not once a month. Almost every single day. You're beginning to recognize the rhythm native speakers use naturally. You're also beginning to notice something else. You're no longer translating every word. Instead, you're starting to recognize complete ideas, complete patterns, complete reactions. That's exactly how your brain learns language naturally. Before we continue, I'd like you to answer one small question about your own life. Imagine a friend texts you right now. How have you been? Don't think too long. Just answer. Maybe you say, I've been pretty busy lately. Maybe. I've been doing well. Maybe. I've been trying to slow down a little. Whatever your answer is, say it quietly to yourself. That's not just practice. That's communication. Every time you connect English to your own experiences, the language becomes part of your life instead of something you only study. The conversations today have been calm, friendly, and comfortable. But the next situation will bring a slightly different kind of energy. You'll soon find yourself in a place where people speak a little faster. Decisions happen more quickly. And you'll discover how native speakers stay relaxed, even when conversations become more spontaneous. That's where your confidence will begin to grow even more naturally. The conversations over coffee slowly come to an end. And everyone begins making their way back upstairs. The office feels different now. Earlier, people were just arriving. Now, the workday is fully underway. You can hear keyboards clicking faster than before. Meeting room doors open and close. Someone laughs softly in the hallway. A phone rings for just a moment before being answered. The energy has changed. It's still friendly, but it's more focused. This is another perfect moment to practice English, because this is exactly when native speakers use short, natural expressions without even thinking about them. As you return to your desk, a coworker walks by, carrying a laptop. Hey, we're about to start the project meeting. Are you ready? Take a second. Don't translate. Simply listen. Are you ready? The easiest answer would be yes. But native speakers usually respond with a little more personality. I'm ready. Repeat after me. I'm ready. Again. I'm ready. Now, let's make it sound even more natural. I think so. Listen carefully. I think so. Repeat. I think so. Again. I think so. Notice something. I think so doesn't mean you're unsure in a negative way. It simply sounds relaxed. It tells the other person you're ready without sounding overly formal. Let's try another answer. As ready as I'll ever be. Listen. As ready as I'll ever be. Repeat slowly. As ready as I'll ever be. Again. As ready as I'll ever be. This expression is extremely common before something slightly challenging. Maybe it's a meeting. Maybe it's an interview. Maybe it's giving a presentation. You're saying, I've prepared as much as I can. There's nothing else I can do. Let's practice. Ready for the meeting. As ready as I'll ever be. Again. Ready? As ready as I'll ever be. Excellent. That already sounds like everyday English. As everyone walks toward the meeting room, your coworker smiles. Don't worry. It'll be fine. Notice how reassuring that feels. Now imagine you want to respond naturally. Instead of saying, I hope. Try saying, I'm sure it will. Listen. I'm sure it will. Repeat. I'm sure it will. Again. I'm sure it will. Now another version. I'm not too worried. Repeat. I'm not too worried. Again. I'm not too worried. Native speakers often avoid sounding too dramatic. Instead of saying, I'm extremely nervous, they might simply say, I'm a little nervous. Or, I'm not too worried. Let's build a sentence. I'm a little nervous, but I think it'll go well. Listen first. I'm a little nervous, but I think it'll go well. Repeat after me. I'm a little nervous, but I think it'll go well. Excellent. Did you notice how the second half changes the feeling? Instead of ending with worry, you finish with confidence. That balance sounds very natural. The meeting begins. Everyone sits down. Laptops open. Someone shares today's agenda on a screen. Your manager looks around the room. Let's get started. Another phrase you'll hear almost every day. Let's get started. Repeat. Let's get started. Again. Let's get started. Simple. Friendly. Direct. Now imagine your manager asks the first question. Does anyone have any updates? Many English learners become silent at this moment. Not because they don't have ideas. Because they worry about making mistakes. Today, let's practice a few natural ways to begin speaking. The first one is very simple. I do. Listen. I do. Repeat. I do. Again. Edo. Now, make it slightly longer. I have a quick update. Repeat. I have a quick update. Again. I have a quick update. Notice the word, quick. It tells everyone you'll be brief. Native speakers use this all the time. Here's another useful beginning. Just a quick update. Repeat. Just a quick update. Again. Just a quick update. Now let's continue naturally. Just a quick update. Everything is on schedule. Listen. Everything is on schedule. Repeat. Everything is on schedule. Again. Everything is on schedule. Very good. Here's another expression you'll hear in workplaces everywhere. We're making good progress. Listen carefully. We're making good progress. Repeat. We're making good progress. Again. We're making good progress. Notice the contraction. We're. Native speakers almost always shorten it. Not. We are making. But. We're making. Let's practice the rhythm. We're making good progress. Again. We're making good progress. Excellent. Now, let's imagine someone asks another question. Any problems so far? Instead of answering, no. Let's make it sound more natural. So far, everything's been going smoothly. Listen. Everything's been going smoothly. Repeat. Everything's been going smoothly. Again. Everything's been going smoothly. The phrase, going smoothly, is incredibly useful. It means everything is working well. Let's try another example. The trip went smoothly. Repeat. The trip went smoothly. Again. The trip went smoothly. One more. Everything's going smoothly. Repeat. Everything's going smoothly. Wonderful. Now imagine another coworker shares an idea. You like it. Instead of saying only, good idea, native speakers often say, that makes sense. Listen. That makes sense. Repeat. That makes sense. Again. That makes sense. This expression appears in conversations every single day. Someone explains something. You understand. You answer. That makes sense. Let's practice. I'll finish this first. Then start the next project. That makes sense. Again. I'll call them this afternoon. That makes sense. Excellent. Now, let's make it even more conversational. Yeah. That makes sense. Repeat. Yeah. That makes sense. Again. Yeah. That makes sense. Can you hear how adding, yeah, softens the response? It feels more relaxed. Now imagine someone asks for your opinion. What do you think? Many learners panic here. But remember, you don't need perfect English. You simply need a natural starting point. One of the most useful phrases is, I think we should. Listen. I think we should. Repeat. I think we should. Again. I think we should. Now let's make it workplace English. I think we should give it a little more time. Repeat. I think we should give it a little more time. Excellent. Here's another gentle way to share an opinion. It might be better to. Listen. It might be better to. Repeat. It might be better to. Again. It might be better to. Notice how soft this sounds. Native speakers often avoid sounding too direct. Instead of saying, do this, they say, it might be better to. Let's practice. It might be better to wait until tomorrow. Repeat. It might be better to wait until tomorrow. Very nice. Here's another phrase you'll hear constantly. I see what you mean. Listen carefully. I see what you mean. Repeat. I see what you mean. Again. I see what you mean. Earlier today, you practiced. I know what you mean. Now notice the difference. I know what you mean shows understanding. I see what you mean often appears after someone explains an idea. Both are useful. Let's compare. I know what you mean. I see what you mean. Repeat both. Excellent. Now, imagine this short conversation. I think we should wait until Friday. I see what you mean. But maybe we should finish the first part today. That makes sense? Listen once. Now repeat each sentence. Notice how nobody is speaking with difficult vocabulary. They're simply building ideas together. That's how real meetings sound. Take another comfortable breath. You don't need to speak perfectly. You only need to participate. Every short sentence matters. Every natural response helps build confidence. Every time you choose a simple phrase, instead of searching for a complicated one, you're thinking more like a native speaker. The meeting is almost over. Your manager smiles at everyone. Great work today. What would you say? Instead of, thank you. Let's try something warmer. Happy to help. Listen. Happy to help. Repeat. Happy to help. Again. Happy to help. This expression is common after finishing a task. Someone thanks you. You answer, happy to help. Let's practice. Thanks for your help. Happy to help. Again. Thanks. Happy to help. Excellent. Another useful response is, my pleasure. Repeat. My pleasure. Again. My pleasure. Both sound friendly. Both sound natural. As everyone begins leaving the meeting room, conversations become lighter again. People smile. Someone jokes about needing another cup of coffee. Another person mentions lunch plans. The atmosphere feels relaxed. Without even realizing it, you've just participated in an entire workplace meeting in English. You greeted coworkers, shared updates, expressed an opinion, agreed with someone, responded naturally, accepted encouragement, and ended the meeting politely. None of those conversations required advanced vocabulary. They only required natural patterns. That's the secret you've been building throughout this lesson. Real fluency isn't about knowing the biggest words. It's about responding naturally to ordinary moments. Every sentence you've repeated today is becoming another small habit inside your brain. Those habits slowly replace translation. Then hesitation disappears. Then confidence quietly begins to grow. The workday, however, isn't finished yet. In the next part, the atmosphere will become even more relaxed as coworkers gather during lunch. Conversations will become more personal. Emotions will be more visible. And you'll discover the kinds of English expressions that help friendships grow naturally. One simple conversation at a time. The meeting ends with a quiet sense of accomplishment. Chairs slide back across the floor. Laptops close one by one. And conversations become lighter as everyone leaves the conference room. The busy energy from a few minutes ago slowly fades into something much more relaxed. You glance at the clock. It's almost lunchtime. The morning has gone by faster than you expected. As you walk back to your desk, a coworker leans over the divider with a smile. So, lunch. Just one word. Lunch. Native speakers do this all the time. Instead of asking, would you like to go to lunch with us? They simply smile and say, lunch. It's short, friendly, natural. Let's practice. Lunch. Again. Lunch. Now answer naturally. Sure. Repeat. Sure. Again. Sure. Let's make it sound even more conversational. Sure. Sounds good. Listen. Sure. Sounds good. Repeat after me. Sure. Sounds good. Excellent. Another coworker joins the conversation. Where are we eating today? This question comes up almost every day in many workplaces. Notice the natural wording. Where are we eating today? Not. Where will we eat today? Both are correct. But native speakers often use the present continuous when talking about plans that are already forming. Repeat after me. Where are we eating today? Again. Where are we eating today? One coworker shrugs. I'm good with anything. Listen carefully. I'm good with anything. Repeat. I'm good with anything. Again. I'm good with anything. This expression means you don't have a strong preference. You are happy with any choice. Let's compare. Anything is okay. I'm good with anything. The second version sounds much more natural. Now repeat the whole phrase. I'm good with anything. Excellent. Someone else says, how about the sandwich place? Across the street. Notice the phrase. How about? Native speakers use this constantly when making suggestions. Repeat after me. How about the sandwich place across the street? Again. How about the sandwich place across the street? Maybe another coworker smiles. Works for me. Listen. Works for me. Repeat. Works for me. Again. Works for me. This is one of the most useful everyday expressions. Instead of saying, that is acceptable, native speakers say, works for me. Imagine someone asks, let's meet at 1. You answer, works for me. Someone suggests pizza. Works for me. Someone changes the plan. Works for me. Let's practice. How about burgers? Works for me. Again. How about sushi? Works for me. Very nice. These tiny expressions make conversations flow naturally. The group leaves the office together. Outside. The weather is warm. People are walking along the sidewalks. A few food trucks are parked nearby. Someone points toward a small restaurant. I've been wanting to try that place. Listen carefully. I've been wanting to try that place. Repeat after me. I've been wanting to try that place. Again. I've been wanting to try that place. Notice the pattern. I've been wanting to. Native speakers often use this when talking about something they've wanted to do for some time. Let's practice another example. I've been wanting to read that book. Repeat. I've been wanting to read that book. Again. I've been wanting to read that book. One more. I've been wanting to visit that cafe. Repeat. I've been wanting to visit that cafe. Excellent. Now everyone walks inside. The restaurant is busy. Plates gently clink together. Soft music plays overhead. People are laughing with friends. The atmosphere feels comfortable. You find a table near the window. A server walks over. Can I get you something to drink? This is another everyday situation. Instead of saying, water, let's answer naturally. I'll have water. Please. Listen. I'll have water. Please. Repeat. I'll have water. Please. Again. I'll have water. Please. Now another example. I'll start with iced tea. Repeat. I'll start with iced tea. Again. I'll start with iced tea. Notice the phrase. I'll have. Native speakers use it constantly when ordering food. I'll have the chicken. I'll have a salad. I'll have the soup. Simple. Natural. The server smiles. Absolutely. A few minutes later, everyone begins looking at the menu. One coworker sighs. Everything looks good. Listen. Everything looks good. Repeat. Everything looks good. Again. Everything looks good. You answer with another common phrase. It's hard to choose. Listen. It's hard to choose. Repeat. It's hard to choose. Again. It's hard to choose. Native speakers often say this when there are many good options. Let's continue. Your coworker laughs. I always order the same thing. Listen. I always order the same thing. Repeat. I always order the same thing. Again. I always order the same thing. Maybe you answer. I'm thinking about trying something different. Listen. I'm thinking about trying something different. Repeat. I'm thinking about trying something different. Excellent. Notice how natural that sounds. You're expressing an idea gently, instead of making a firm decision. Now let's practice a complete exchange. What are you getting? I'm thinking about trying something different. Good idea. I always order the same thing. Listen once more. Now repeat each line. Very good. While everyone waits for the food, the conversation slowly shifts away from work. One coworker asks, So, what do you usually do on weekends? This is a fantastic conversation starter. Repeat after me. What do you usually do on weekends? Again. What do you usually do on weekends? Take a moment. Think about your own answer. Maybe you say, I usually spend time with my family. Or, I like going for long walks. Or, I usually stay home and relax. Whatever your answer is, it's personal. That's what makes it memorable. Now let's practice a natural response. I usually take it easy. Listen. I usually take it easy. Repeat. I usually take it easy. Again. I usually take it easy. Now expand it. I usually take it easy and catch up on sleep. Listen. Catch up on sleep. Repeat. Catch up on sleep. Again. Catch up on sleep. This expression is incredibly common. It means getting extra sleep after not sleeping enough earlier. Let's build another sentence. I need to catch up on sleep this weekend. Repeat. I need to catch up on sleep this weekend. Excellent. Another coworker smiles. That sounds nice. You answer. It really is. Repeat. It really is. Again. It really is. Simple. Natural. Warm. A few minutes later, the food arrives. The server carefully places each plate on the table. One coworker looks excited. This looks amazing. Instead of simply agreeing, try saying, It smells incredible. Listen. It smells incredible. Repeat. It smells incredible. Again. It smells incredible. Another useful response is, I can't wait to try it. Listen. I can't wait to try it. Repeat. I can't wait to try it. Again. I can't wait to try it. Notice something important. I can't wait doesn't mean you're actually unable to wait. It simply means you're excited. Native speakers use this expression constantly. Let's practice another example. I can't wait to see the movie. Repeat. I can't wait to see the movie. Again. I can't wait to see the movie. Wonderful. As everyone begins eating, the conversation becomes slower. People take their time. Someone tells a funny story about getting lost while driving to work. Everyone laughs. Another person says, No way. Listen carefully. No way. Repeat. No way. Again. No way. This short expression can show surprise. Not disbelief. Just surprise. Imagine someone says, I finished the whole project yesterday. You answer, No way. Or someone says, I've never had coffee before. No way. Let's practice. Really? No way. Again. Really? No way. Excellent. Laughter fills the table. For a moment, nobody is thinking about grammar. Nobody is worried about vocabulary. They're simply enjoying the conversation. That's exactly what fluency feels like. It's not about building perfect sentences. It's about sharing real moments. Now, I'd like you to answer one more question. Imagine you're sitting at this table with everyone. Someone smiles and asks, "What do you usually do to relax?" Take your time. Answer quietly. Maybe you say, "I like listening to music." Maybe. "I enjoy reading." Maybe. "I usually go for a walk." Whatever your answer is, say it naturally. Don't translate. Just speak. Every personal answer builds stronger English because it connects language to your own experiences. You're no longer repeating random examples. You're beginning to describe your own life. That's a huge step toward fluency. Every small sentence you repeat is training your brain to think in English a little faster. Every relaxed conversation makes speaking feel less stressful. Every natural phrase becomes another piece of English you'll recognize the next time you hear it. Lunch is slowly coming to an end. Coffee cups are almost empty. Conversations become quieter. And everyone begins gathering their things before returning to work. The afternoon, however, is about to bring an unexpected situation that no one planned for. You'll soon discover how native speakers stay calm and polite when something suddenly changes. Using simple expressions that are surprisingly useful in everyday life. The lunch break comes to a gentle close. Empty plates are collected. Coffee cups are nearly finished. And people begin standing up one by one. Someone checks the time on their phone. Another coworker quietly laughs and says, "We should probably get back." The relaxed atmosphere slowly changes again. The afternoon is beginning. Sunlight shines through the office windows. And everything feels just a little quieter than it did this morning. People are settling back into their desks. Some put on headphones. Others begin answering emails or reviewing documents. You sit down. Open your laptop. And take a deep breath. Everything seems to be going according to plan. Then your phone vibrates. You glance at the screen. A message appears from your manager. Quick update. The client meeting has been moved to 3 o'clock. This is something that happens all the time. Plans change. Meetings move. Schedules shift. Native speakers don't panic. Instead, they use calm, flexible English. Today, you're going to learn exactly how. The first expression is one you'll hear everywhere. Sounds good. Yes. You've practiced it before. But now you'll hear it in a different situation. Someone changes the schedule. Sounds good. Repeat after me. Sounds good. Again. Sounds good. Excellent. Now imagine your manager says, "We're moving the meeting to 3. You answer, "Sounds good. That gives us a little more time." Listen carefully. That gives us a little more time. Repeat. That gives us a little more time. Again. That gives us a little more time. Notice how you aren't simply accepting the change. You're adding one extra thought. That extra sentence makes your English sound much more natural. Let's try another response. No problem. Listen. No problem. Repeat. No problem. Again. No problem. This phrase is incredibly useful. Someone changes a meeting. No problem. Someone asks for help. No problem. Someone apologizes. No problem. Let's practice. Sorry for the change. No problem. Again. Can we move it to tomorrow? No problem. Wonderful. Here's another expression you'll hear almost every day. That's fine. Listen. That's fine. Repeat. That's fine. Again. That's fine. Now compare these three responses. Sounds good. No problem. That's fine. Each one feels slightly different. Sounds good is positive. No problem is reassuring. That's fine is calm and neutral. Native speakers choose between them naturally, depending on the situation. Now let's continue. A few minutes later, another message appears. We'll also need to update the presentation. Your coworker looks over. Did you see that? Instead of saying, yes, try something more natural. Yeah. I just saw it. Listen. I just saw it. Repeat. I just saw it. Again. I just saw it. Native speakers constantly use the word just. It makes conversations sound immediate and natural. Let's practice. I just finished lunch. Repeat. I just finished lunch. I just got your message. Repeat. I just got your message. I just remembered something. Repeat. I just remembered something. Excellent. Now your coworker says, I guess we have a little more work to do. Notice the phrase, I guess. Repeat. I guess. Again. I guess. Native speakers use this expression constantly. It softens opinions. Instead of saying, we have more work, they often say, I guess we have a little more work to do. Let's practice. I guess you're right. Repeat. I guess you're right. Again. I guess you're right. One more. I guess we'll find out. Repeat. I guess we'll find out. Very good. These small words make English sound much less robotic. As the afternoon continues, everyone begins making small changes to the presentation. Someone updates a chart. Someone checks a few numbers. Another coworker asks, can you take a quick look at this? Instead of answering, yes, try saying, of course. Repeat. Of course. Again. Of course. Now another response. Sure. Let me see. Listen. Sure. Let me see. Repeat. Sure. Let me see. Again. Sure. Let me see. Notice the rhythm. Sure. Pause. Let me see. It sounds relaxed. Helpful. Natural. Your coworker points to a sentence on the screen. What do you think? Earlier. You practiced. I think we should. Let's build on that. I think this looks better. Listen. I think this looks better. Repeat. I think this looks better. Again. I think this looks better. Now soften it even more. I think this might be a little clearer. Repeat. I think this might be a little clearer. Excellent. Did you notice the words? Might be. And. A little. Native speakers often soften suggestions. Instead of saying, this is wrong, they say, this might be a little clearer. Let's practice another example. It might sound a little more natural. Repeat. It might sound a little more natural. Again. It might sound a little more natural. That's exactly how people give feedback politely. Now imagine another coworker responds. Good point. Listen. Good point. Repeat. Good point. Again. Good point. This short phrase is extremely common. Someone shares an idea. You agree. Good point. Let's build a conversation. I think we should make the title a little shorter. Good point. Again. I think this might be easier to read. Good point. Excellent. The conversation continues naturally. Someone notices a small mistake. Oh. Good catch. Listen carefully. Good catch. Repeat. Good catch. Again. Good catch. This expression means someone noticed something important before it became a problem. Imagine someone finds a spelling mistake. You smile. Good catch. Someone notices the wrong date. Good catch. Repeat once more. Good catch. Very nice. Little expressions like these appear constantly in workplaces. Now let's slow down for a moment. Take a comfortable breath. Notice how much English you've already practiced today. Not difficult English. Useful English. English you'll actually hear. That's exactly why these lessons work. Instead of trying to remember hundreds of isolated words, you're collecting complete reactions, complete responses, complete habits. Every time you repeat one of these expressions, your brain becomes a little faster, a little more confident, a little more automatic. Let's continue. The presentation is finally ready. Everyone leans back in their chairs. One coworker smiles. I think we're all set. Listen. We're all set. Repeat. We're all set. Again. We're all set. This expression simply means everything is ready. Let's practice. I think we're all set. Again. I think we're all set. Now another version. Looks like we're all set. Repeat. Looks like we're all set. Excellent. A few minutes later, someone asks, is everyone ready? This time, instead of saying, yes, try answering, I think so. Or, we're ready. Or, we should be. Listen carefully. We should be. Repeat. We should be. Again. We should be. Native speakers often use should this way. Not to give advice, but to express reasonable confidence. Let's build another sentence. Everything should be fine. Repeat. Everything should be fine. Again. Everything should be fine. That sentence alone can make stressful situations feel much calmer. Now, imagine the meeting begins. The client joins the video call. Your manager smiles. Thanks, everyone, for being flexible. There's another important word. Flexible. People appreciate flexibility. Instead of resisting every change, native speakers often respond calmly. That's reflected in their language. Someone thanks you. You answer, happy to help. Someone changes the schedule. No problem. Someone asks for one more revision. Sure. Notice the pattern. Simple responses. Calm tone. Positive attitude. That's real conversational English. Before we move forward, I'd like you to answer another question about your own life. Imagine your plans suddenly change this afternoon. Maybe a friend cancels dinner. Maybe a meeting moves. Maybe it starts raining. What would you say? Perhaps. No problem. Or, that's fine. Or, sounds good. Or maybe, We'll figure it out. Listen carefully. We'll figure it out. Repeat. We'll figure it out. Again. We'll figure it out. This expression is full of quiet confidence. It means, we don't have the answer yet, but we'll find one. Native speakers use it all the time. Let's practice. Don't worry. We'll figure it out. Again. Don't worry. We'll figure it out. Excellent. That sentence doesn't just improve your English. It also changes the feeling of the conversation. It brings calm. It builds trust. It reminds people that problems don't always need immediate solutions. Sometimes they simply need patience. Every small sentence you repeat is doing more than teaching vocabulary. It's teaching rhythm, tone, confidence, connection. Little by little, you're learning to respond instead of translating. You're beginning to think in complete ideas instead of individual words. That's one of the biggest breakthroughs any English learner can experience. The afternoon is moving along smoothly now. But before the day ends, another unexpected conversation is waiting just around the corner. This one won't happen in a meeting room or at a lunch table. Instead, it will begin with a simple phone call, bringing a different pace, new emotions, and another chance to sound natural without trying to sound perfect. The afternoon settles into a comfortable rhythm once again. Outside the office windows, the sunlight has softened, casting long shadows across nearby buildings. Inside, the atmosphere is calm. A few coworkers are quietly finishing reports. Someone is refilling a water bottle. Another person is laughing softly during a conversation across the room. You take another look at your computer screen. Most of today's work is finally coming together. Just then, your phone begins to ring. You glance at the screen. It's a friend you haven't spoken with in a few weeks. You smile before answering. This is another wonderful opportunity to practice real English, because phone conversations often sound slightly different from face-to-face conversations. Without seeing facial expressions, native speakers rely even more on natural phrases and friendly tones. Let's answer the phone together. Hey. Listen. Hey. Repeat after me. Hey. Again. Hey. Simple. Warm. Natural. Now your friend says, Hey, do you have a minute? You've practiced this question before, but now you're hearing it in a completely different context. Instead of your manager asking, It's a friend, how might you answer? Sure. What's up? Listen carefully. Sure. What's up? Repeat. Sure. What's up? Again. Sure. What's up? This expression is one of the most common ways to answer a casual phone call. What's up? In this situation, it means, What would you like to talk about? Your friend laughs. Nothing bad. Notice that response. Nothing bad. Repeat. Nothing bad. Again. Nothing bad. It's reassuring. It immediately lets the other person know there isn't a problem. Then your friend continues. I was just calling to see how you're doing. Listen carefully. I was just calling to see how you're doing. Repeat slowly. I was just calling to see how you're doing. Again. I was just calling to see how you're doing. Native speakers often explain the reason for calling this way. I was just calling. It sounds relaxed. Friendly. Not demanding. Let's practice another example. I was just calling to say hi. Repeat. I was just calling to say hi. Again. I was just calling to say hi. One more. I was just calling to check in. Repeat. I was just calling to check in. Excellent. Now it's your turn to answer. Instead of simply saying, I'm fine. Let's sound more natural. I'm doing pretty well. Repeat. I'm doing pretty well. Again. I'm doing pretty well. Now let's add another sentence. It's been a busy day. Listen. It's been a busy day. Repeat. It's been a busy day. Again. It's been a busy day. Now put them together. I'm doing pretty well. It's been a busy day. Repeat slowly. I'm doing pretty well. It's been a busy day. Wonderful. Notice how adding one extra sentence makes your English sound much more conversational. Your friend responds, I figured. Listen. I figured. Repeat. I figured. Again. I figured. This expression means, I thought that was probably true. Native speakers use it constantly. Imagine someone says, I haven't had lunch yet. You answer, I figured. Or someone says, You're probably tired. Yeah. You figured, right? Let's continue. Your friend asks, Have you been keeping busy? Instead of saying, Yes. Try this. Yeah. Pretty much? Listen carefully. Pretty much. Repeat. Pretty much. Again. Pretty much. This little phrase appears everywhere in spoken English. It means mostly. More or less. Let's practice. Have you finished the project? Pretty much. Again. Are you ready? Pretty much. Excellent. Now expand the sentence. Yeah. Pretty much. Work has been keeping me busy. Repeat. Work has been keeping me busy. Again. Work has been keeping me busy. Notice the present perfect continuous. Don't worry about the grammar. Simply notice the pattern. Native speakers naturally say, Work has been keeping me busy. Instead of, I worked a lot. Let's practice another version. Life has been pretty busy lately. Repeat. Life has been pretty busy lately. Very good. The conversation continues naturally. Your friend says, You sound tired. How might you answer? Instead of saying, Yes. Let's use a phrase. Native speakers love. A little. Listen. A little. Repeat. A little. Again. A little. Now expand it. A little. But I'm okay. Repeat. A little. But I'm okay. Again. A little. But I'm okay. Excellent. Notice something important. Native speakers often balance honesty with optimism. Instead of saying, I'm exhausted, they might say, I'm a little tired, but I'm okay. Or, it's been a long day, but everything's fine. Let's practice. It's been a long day, but everything's fine. Repeat. It's been a long day, but everything's fine. Again. It's been a long day, but everything's fine. Very nice. Your friend laughs softly. I know exactly what you mean. You smile. Yeah. Notice that tiny pause. Native speakers don't always answer immediately. Sometimes they pause. Sometimes they hesitate slightly. That's completely natural. Let's practice a few casual fillers. Repeat. Again. Now another one. Well, Repeat. Well? Again. Well? One more. You know. Repeat. You know. Again. You know. These aren't meaningless sounds. They give your brain a moment to think. Native speakers use them constantly. Imagine someone asks, "How was your meeting?" Instead of answering immediately, you might say, "Well, it actually went really well." Listen. Well. It actually went really well. Repeat slowly. Well. It actually went really well. Excellent. Here's another one. Let me think. Repeat. Let me think. Again. Let me think. These little pauses make conversations sound more human. Not less fluent. More fluent. Now your friend asks another question. So, any plans for this weekend? Take a moment. Think about your own answer. Maybe you're staying home. Maybe you're meeting family. Maybe you haven't decided yet. Let's learn a few natural responses. I'm not sure yet. Listen. I'm not sure yet. Repeat. I'm not sure yet. Again. I'm not sure yet. Now another one. I haven't decided yet. Repeat. I haven't decided yet. Again. I haven't decided yet. One more. I'm just going to take it easy. Repeat. I'm just going to take it easy. Excellent. Notice the word just. Native speakers use it everywhere. It softens sentences. It makes conversations sound relaxed. Let's build a complete answer. I'm not sure yet. I might just stay home and relax. Listen carefully. I might just stay home and relax. Repeat. I might just stay home and relax. Very good. Your friend smiles through the phone. Honestly, that sounds perfect. Listen. That sounds perfect. Repeat. That sounds perfect. Again. That sounds perfect. You laugh. I think so too. Listen. I think so too. Repeat. I think so too. Again. I think so too. This short phrase appears constantly in casual conversations. Someone shares an opinion. You agree. I think so too. Simple. Natural. Comfortable. The conversation becomes quieter for a moment. Neither of you feels the need to speak immediately. That's something many English learners don't realize. Silence is part of natural conversation. You don't need to fill every second with words. A comfortable pause is perfectly normal. After a few seconds, your friend says, "Anyway." Listen carefully. Anyway. Repeat. Anyway. Again. Anyway. This tiny word helps change the topic naturally. Maybe you've finished talking about work. Now you move to another subject. Let's practice. Anyway. How's your family? Repeat. Anyway. How's your family? Again. Anyway. Have you seen that new movie? Excellent. This is exactly how native speakers guide conversations from one topic to another. Your friend tells you about a new restaurant that recently opened. It was really good. Instead of simply saying, "Okay," try saying, "I'll have to check it out." Listen. I'll have to check it out. Repeat. I'll have to check it out. Again. I'll have to check it out. This expression means, I'd like to try that someday. Let's practice another example. There's a great bookstore downtown. I'll have to check it out. Again. That cafe is amazing. I'll have to check it out. Excellent. Can you hear how these conversations flow? Nobody is using difficult vocabulary. Nobody is trying to impress anyone. They're simply responding naturally. One sentence leads comfortably to the next. That's the feeling you're building. Before ending the call, your friend says, "It was nice catching up." Listen carefully. Nice catching up. Repeat. Nice catching up. Again. Nice catching up. This expression is extremely common after talking with someone you haven't seen for a while. You answer, "Yeah. It was great talking to you." Repeat. "It was great talking to you." Again. "It was great talking to you." Your friend finishes with, "Talk to you soon." Listen. Talk to you soon. Repeat. Talk to you soon. Again. Talk to you soon. You smile. You too. Take care. Repeat. Take care. Again. Take care. The call ends. You gently place your phone back on your desk. For just a moment, everything feels quiet again. You realize something important. A few months ago, a conversation like that might have felt overwhelming. Today, it feels manageable. Not because you've memorized grammar rules, but because you've practiced natural patterns, natural rhythm, natural reactions. Every phrase you've repeated today is another small step toward thinking directly in English. The workday is almost over now. But one more meaningful conversation is waiting before you head home. This final interaction won't be about work or making plans. Instead, it will be about reconnecting with someone unexpectedly, where genuine emotions, friendly surprise, and everyday English come together in a way that native speakers experience all the time. The afternoon is slowly coming to an end. The office feels different now. Earlier, the room was filled with phone calls, quick conversations, and the constant sound of keyboards. Now everything has become quieter. The sunlight outside has turned softer, stretching across the windows and painting long golden shadows across the floor. You close your laptop for a moment and gently stretch your shoulders. It has been a productive day. You smile without even realizing it. Then, as you leave the building and begin walking toward the subway station, something unexpected happens. You hear someone call your name. "Hey, is that really you?" You stop walking. You turn around. For a second, you look carefully. Then you recognize the face. An old friend. Someone you haven't seen in years. Immediately, the atmosphere changes. The workday disappears. The conversation becomes personal, warm, natural. This is one of the most enjoyable kinds of conversations in English because nobody is trying to impress anyone. They're simply reconnecting. Your friend walks over with a big smile. "Wow, it's been forever." Listen carefully. It's been forever. Repeat after me. It's been forever. Again. It's been forever. Native speakers use this expression all the time when they haven't seen someone for a long time. It doesn't literally mean forever. It simply means, it's been a really long time. Let's practice another version. It's been a while. Listen. It's been a while. Repeat. It's been a while. Again. It's been a while. This expression is even more common. Imagine meeting an old classmate. You smile and say, "It's been a while." Simple. Natural. Friendly? Now your friend laughs. "I can't believe it's you." Listen. "I can't believe it's you." Repeat. I can't believe it's you. Again. I can't believe it's you. This expression shows pleasant surprise. Let's build the conversation. Wow, it's been a while. I know. I can't believe it's you. Repeat slowly. Wonderful. Notice something. Native speakers don't immediately start asking complicated questions. They first enjoy the surprise of the moment. That's part of natural conversation. Your friend smiles again. So, what have you been up to? This is one of the most useful questions in conversational English. Listen carefully. What have you been up to? Repeat. What have you been up to? Again. What have you been up to? Earlier in this lesson, you practiced. How have you been? Now you're learning something even more natural. What have you been up to? This doesn't only ask how someone feels. It asks what they've been doing recently. Let's answer naturally. I've been pretty busy with work. Repeat. I've been pretty busy with work. Again. I've been pretty busy with work. Now let's make it sound even more conversational. Honestly. Work has been keeping me busy. Listen. Honestly. Work has been keeping me busy. Repeat slowly. Honestly. Work has been keeping me busy. Excellent. Notice how honestly makes the sentence sound more relaxed. Native speakers often begin answers with words like honestly, actually, to be honest, well, kind of. These little words create natural rhythm. Your friend nods. I know exactly what that's like. Listen. I know exactly what that's like. Repeat. I know exactly what that's like. Again. I know exactly what that's like. This expression shows empathy. Someone shares an experience. You connect with it. Let's practice. I've been really busy lately. I know exactly what that's like. Excellent. Now your friend asks another question. Are you still living around here? Instead of answering, yes. Let's make it sound more natural. Yeah. I've been here for about 3 years. Listen. I've been here for about 3 years. Repeat. I've been here for about 3 years. Again. I've been here for about 3 years. Notice the pattern. I've been here. Native speakers use this naturally when talking about how long they've lived somewhere. Let's try another one. I've been working there since last year. Repeat. I've been working there since last year. Excellent. Your friend smiles. That's great. You answer. Yeah. I really like it. Repeat. I really like it. Again. I really like it. Simple. Honest. Natural. The two of you begin walking slowly together. The sidewalks are filled with people heading home. Cars pass quietly beside you. Someone is walking a dog across the street. The evening air feels cooler now. Your friend asks. So, do you still keep in touch with anyone from school? Listen carefully. Keep in touch. Repeat. Keep in touch. Again. Keep in touch. This is a wonderful expression. It means staying connected with someone. Let's practice. We still keep in touch. Repeat. We still keep in touch. Again. We still keep in touch. Now, another version. We lost touch. Tid. Listen. We lost touch. Repeat. We lost touch. Again. We lost touch. These two expressions often appear together. We kept in touch. We lost touch. Let's build a conversation. Do you still talk to Sarah? Yeah. We still keep in touch. What about Mike? Not really. We kind of lost touch. Listen once. Now repeat each sentence. Excellent. Did you notice another useful phrase? Not really. Repeat. Not really. Again. Not really. Native speakers rarely answer every question with a simple no. Instead, they often say, not really. Not anymore. Not lately. Let's practice. Do you still play tennis? Not really. Again. Have you been traveling much? Not lately. Excellent. These responses sound much softer, much more natural. As you continue walking, your friend suddenly laughs. Remember our English teacher? You smile immediately. Oh wow. I almost forgot. Listen. I almost forgot. Repeat. I almost forgot. Again. I almost forgot. This expression is extremely common. Let's practice another example. I almost missed the bus. Repeat. I almost missed the bus. Again. I almost missed the bus. One more. I almost called you yesterday. Repeat. I almost called you yesterday. Very nice. Your friend begins telling a funny story from years ago. Halfway through, both of you start laughing. You say, that brings back so many memories. Listen carefully. That brings back so many memories. Repeat. That brings back so many memories. Again. That brings back so many memories. This expression is beautiful because it connects language with emotion. Let's practice. This song brings back memories. Repeat. This place brings back memories. Excellent. Your friend smiles. I haven't thought about that in years. Listen. I haven't thought about that in years. Repeat. I haven't thought about that in years. Again. I haven't thought about that in years. Notice the natural rhythm. Nobody is speaking quickly. Nobody is using advanced vocabulary. They're simply sharing memories. This is exactly what real English sounds like. As the conversation continues, your friend asks, so, what do you enjoy doing these days? Take a moment. This time, answer with your own life. Maybe you say, I've been getting into photography. Or, I've been reading more. Or, I've started cooking at home. Let's learn a useful pattern. I've been getting into. Listen. I've been getting into. Repeat. I've been getting into. Again. I've been getting into. This means you've recently become interested in something. Let's practice. I've been getting into hiking. Repeat. I've been getting into hiking. I've been getting into podcasts. Repeat. I've been getting into podcasts. Wonderful. Native speakers use this pattern all the time when talking about new hobbies. Your friend responds, that sounds like fun. Listen. That sounds like fun. Repeat. That sounds like fun. Again. That sounds like fun. Simple. Friendly. Warm. Now let's make the conversation feel even more natural. Your friend says, we should catch up sometime. Listen carefully. We should catch up sometime. Repeat. We should catch up sometime. Again. We should catch up sometime. This doesn't necessarily mean making detailed plans immediately. It simply means, we should spend more time together. Let's answer naturally. I'd like that. Listen. I'd like that. Repeat. I'd like that. Again. I'd like that. Or you could say, that sounds great. Repeat. That sounds great. Again. That sounds great. Now listen to the complete exchange. We should catch up sometime. I'd like that. Maybe next weekend. Yeah. Let's do it. Repeat each sentence quietly after me. Take your time. Notice how relaxed everything feels. The conversation isn't perfect. Sometimes people pause. Sometimes they laugh. Sometimes they interrupt each other gently. That's real English. Before saying goodbye, your friend smiles warmly. It was really good seeing you. Listen. It was really good seeing you. Repeat. It was really good seeing you. Again. It was really good seeing you. You answer. It was great seeing you too. Repeat. It was great seeing you too. Again. It was great seeing you too. Then one last sentence. Don't be a stranger. Listen carefully. Don't be a stranger. Repeat. Don't be a stranger. Again. Don't be a stranger. This expression doesn't literally mean becoming a stranger. It means, let's stay in touch. Don't disappear again. It leaves the conversation on a warm, friendly note. As you continue walking home alone, you notice something has changed. Today's conversations weren't about memorizing English. They were about living in English. Every greeting, every smile, every shared memory, every simple response. Little by little, you're beginning to recognize English as something personal instead of something academic. You're no longer collecting isolated words. You're building relationships through language. And that is one of the biggest shifts any English learner can experience. The evening is becoming quieter now. But before the day comes to an end, there's one more kind of conversation that every fluent speaker learns to have naturally. This time, instead of talking about work or old memories, you'll discover how native speakers express real feelings with simple, honest English that sounds calm, genuine, and surprisingly easy to use every day. The sky is beginning to change from soft blue to warm shades of orange and gold. The streets are a little quieter now than they were during the busy rush of the afternoon. People are walking home, carrying shopping bags, chatting with friends, or simply enjoying the cool evening air after a long day. You continue walking at a comfortable pace. Your conversation with your old friend is still on your mind. It felt good, natural, relaxed, without trying. You spent several minutes speaking English through real emotions instead of memorized sentences. That is exactly what fluency feels like. As you reach a nearby park, you decide to sit on a bench for a few minutes before heading home. Children are playing nearby. Someone is jogging along the path. A couple is walking their dog. Leaves gently move in the evening breeze. Everything feels calm. This is a wonderful moment to practice another important part of everyday English. Talking about how you really feel. Many English learners know words like happy, indeed, tired, or angry. But native speakers often describe feelings with much more natural expressions. Let's begin with something simple. Imagine someone asks, "So, how are you feeling now?" Instead of saying, "I'm happy," let's make it sound more natural. "I'm feeling pretty good." Listen carefully. "I'm feeling pretty good." Repeat after me. "I'm feeling pretty good." Again. "I'm feeling pretty good." Excellent. Notice how adding the word pretty makes the sentence sound softer and more conversational. Native speakers use words like pretty, quite, fairly, kind of, and a little all the time. Let's practice another one. I'm feeling a lot better. Listen. I'm feeling a lot better. Repeat. I'm feeling a lot better. Again. I'm feeling a lot better. This is a very common response after a stressful day begins to improve. Maybe work was difficult. Maybe you were worried earlier. Now things have settled down. You simply say, I'm feeling a lot better. Now let's continue. Imagine your friend sits beside you on the bench and asks, You seem more relaxed now. How might you answer? Yeah. I finally have a chance to slow down. Listen carefully. I finally have a chance to slow down. Repeat. I finally have a chance to slow down. Again. I finally have a chance to slow down. The phrase slow down appears constantly in everyday English. It doesn't only mean moving physically slower. It also means taking life a little more calmly. Let's practice another example. I need to slow down. Repeat. I need to slow down. Again. I need to slow down. One more. I've been trying to slow down lately. Repeat. I've been trying to slow down lately. Excellent. Notice the pattern. I've been trying to. You've practiced something similar before. I've been getting into. I've been wanting to. Now you're adding another useful expression to your collection. Little by little, your English becomes richer without becoming more complicated. Your friend smiles. You deserve a break. Listen carefully. You deserve a break. Repeat. You deserve a break. Again. You deserve a break. This is a wonderful expression to encourage someone. Maybe they've been working hard. Maybe they've been studying. Maybe they've been taking care of their family. You simply say, You deserve a break. Now let's answer naturally. I think you're right. Listen. I think you're right. Repeat. I think you're right. Again. I think you're right. Notice how much softer this sounds than simply saying, You're right. Native speakers often begin with, I think. It makes the conversation feel warmer. Let's continue. After a quiet moment, your friend asks, What's been on your mind lately? This is a beautiful question. It asks what you've been thinking about. Let's answer naturally. I've been thinking about making a few changes. Listen carefully. I've been thinking about making a few changes. Repeat. I've been thinking about making a few changes. Again. I've been thinking about making a few changes. Now, another example. I've been thinking about traveling more. Repeat. I've been thinking about traveling more. Again. I've been thinking about traveling more. One more. I've been thinking about learning something new. Repeat. I've been thinking about learning something new. Wonderful. Can you feel the progression? Earlier today, you practiced answering very short questions. Now you're expressing ideas, goals, feelings, dreams. That's real progress. Your friend nods thoughtfully. That sounds exciting. Listen. That sounds exciting. Repeat. That sounds exciting. Again. That sounds exciting. Now let's add another natural response. I hope so. Listen. I hope so. Repeat. I hope so. Again. I hope so. Native speakers use this tiny phrase constantly. Someone says, I think everything will work out. You answer, I hope so. Someone says, You'll enjoy the trip. I hope so. Let's practice. I think you'll like your new job. I hope so. Again. I think tomorrow will be easier. I hope so. Excellent. Now your friend asks another question. Have you been stressed lately? Instead of answering with one word, let's try something more natural. A little? But I'm managing. Listen carefully. I'm managing. Repeat. I'm managing. Again. I'm managing. This expression is incredibly useful. It doesn't mean everything is perfect. It simply means you're handling things. Let's build a complete sentence. It's been a busy few weeks. But I'm managing. Repeat slowly. It's been a busy few weeks. But I'm managing. Very good. Notice the emotional balance. Native speakers often acknowledge challenges while ending with hope. They don't ignore problems, but they don't stay focused on them either. Here's another beautiful expression. I'm getting there. Listen. I'm getting there. Repeat. I'm getting there. Again. I'm getting there. Someone asks. Are you feeling better? You answer. I'm getting there. This means you're improving, even if you're not completely there yet. Let's practice. How's your English coming along? I'm getting there. Again. How are things going? I'm getting there. Excellent. Think about that phrase for a moment. It can describe your English too. Maybe today you don't feel completely fluent. That's okay. You're getting there. Every sentence you repeat, every conversation you imagine, every expression you recognize. You're getting there. That's something worth remembering. Your friend looks around the park and smiles. It's nice out here. Listen. It's nice out here. Repeat. It's nice out here. Again. It's nice out here. You answer. Yeah. I needed this. Listen carefully. I needed this. Repeat. I needed this. Again. I needed this. Native speakers use this expression after experiencing something refreshing. Maybe it's a walk. Maybe it's a good conversation. Maybe it's quiet. Maybe it's a vacation. You simply say, I needed this. Let's practice another example. This coffee is exactly what I needed. Repeat. This weekend is exactly what I needed. Excellent. Now imagine the conversation becomes quieter. Both of you simply watch the sunset for a moment. Nobody feels uncomfortable. There's no pressure to keep talking. Real conversations include silence too. After a few moments, your friend says, You seem happier. Instead of answering, Yes. Let's say, I think I've been focusing on the right things. Listen carefully. I've been focusing on the right things. Repeat. I've been focusing on the right things. Again. I've been focusing on the right things. Now, another version. I'm trying to appreciate the little things. Listen. Appreciate the little things. Repeat. Appreciate the little things. Again. Appreciate the little things. This expression appears often in everyday conversations because native speakers frequently talk about simple moments. A good meal. A quiet evening. A walk outside. Time with family. Little things. Let's practice. I'm learning to appreciate the little things. Repeat. I'm learning to appreciate the little things. Excellent. Take another slow breath. Think about everything you've practiced today. You learn to describe your feelings honestly, without sounding dramatic, without sounding too formal. Just natural. Simple. Human. That's exactly how native speakers communicate most of the time. Now, I'd like you to answer one more question. Imagine someone asks you, How are you feeling these days? Don't translate. Don't search for perfect grammar. Simply answer. Maybe you say, I'm feeling pretty good. Maybe. I'm a little tired. But I'm doing okay. Maybe. I've been trying to slow down. Maybe. I'm getting there. Whatever your answer is, it's your English. It's connected to your life. That's why you'll remember it. Every small sentence you repeat is training your brain to think in English instead of translating from another language. Every natural phrase becomes another building block. And, little by little, those building blocks become confidence. The evening is becoming quieter now. And the day is almost over. Before you head home, there is one final conversation waiting for you. This last conversation won't be about work, memories, or feelings alone. Instead, it will bring together everything you've practiced today, allowing you to speak naturally about your own life, your experiences, and your future with the calm confidence that grows one conversation at a time. The sky has grown darker now, and the first evening lights begin to glow across the city. Street lamps slowly brighten one after another. Small cafes become warmer and more inviting, and the sounds of the day gradually fade into the peaceful rhythm of the evening. You stand up from the park bench, feeling lighter than you did earlier. Not because everything in life is perfect, but because today has reminded you of something important. Real conversations don't happen because you know every English word. They happen because you're willing to connect with people. One simple sentence at a time. As you continue your walk home, your phone vibrates one more time. This time it's not a work message. It's not an unexpected phone call. It's a message in a group chat from a few close friends. One of them writes, "Anyone free this weekend?" This is the perfect opportunity to practice responding naturally instead of translating in your head. Take a moment. Imagine you're reading that message. What would you say? Let's begin with a simple response. I think I am. Listen carefully. I think I am. Repeat after me. I think I am. Again. I think I am. Notice how soft that sounds. Instead of saying, yes, you're giving yourself a little flexibility. Native speakers often answer this way because plans can change. Let's try another response. I should be free. Listen. I should be free. Repeat. I should be free. Again. I should be free. This doesn't mean you're completely certain. It simply means, as far as I know, I'll be available. Now, let's expand it. I should be free after lunch. Repeat slowly. I should be free after lunch. Excellent. Now, another friend replies, we're thinking about getting dinner together. Listen carefully. We're thinking about. Repeat. We're thinking about. Again. We're thinking about. This pattern is extremely common. Instead of saying, we're going to, native speakers often say, we're thinking about. It sounds more casual. Let's practice. We're thinking about going downtown. Repeat. We're thinking about going downtown. Again. We're thinking about going downtown. One more. We're thinking about trying a new restaurant. Repeat. We're thinking about trying a new restaurant. Very nice. You decide to answer. That sounds like fun. Listen. That sounds like fun. Repeat. That sounds like fun. Again. That sounds like fun. You've practiced similar expressions before. That sounds nice. That sounds exciting. Now you're adding another one that you'll hear constantly. That sounds like fun. Imagine someone invites you to a picnic. That sounds like fun. Someone suggests a road trip. That sounds like fun. Simple. Friendly. Natural. A few moments later, another friend sends a message. I'm bringing my cousin too. Hope that's okay. Instead of answering, yes. Let's make it sound more natural. The more. The merrier. Listen carefully. The more. The merrier. Repeat after me. The more. The merrier. Again. The more. The merrier. This is a very common English expression. It means more people make the gathering even better. Let's practice. We invited 2 more friends. The more. The merrier. Excellent. Now someone asks, what time works for everyone? Notice the phrase, what time works for? Repeat. What time works for everyone? Again. What time works for everyone? Instead of asking, what time is good? Native speakers often say, what time works for you? Let's practice. What time works for you? Repeat. What time works for you? Again. What time works for you? Very good. You answer. Any time after 6 works for me. Listen carefully. Works for me. You've practiced this expression earlier today. Now you're seeing it in another situation. Repeat. Any time after 6 works for me. Again. Any time after 6 works for me. Notice something interesting. Fluent speakers don't learn thousands of new expressions every day. They reuse the same natural expressions in different situations. That's exactly what we're doing. Every time an expression appears again, it becomes easier to remember. Now your friend writes, perfect. Another replies, looking forward to it. Listen carefully. Looking forward to it. Repeat. Looking forward to it. Again. Looking forward to it. This is one of the most useful expressions in conversational English. It means you're excited about something in the future. Let's practice. I'm looking forward to the weekend. Repeat. I'm looking forward to the weekend. Again. I'm looking forward to the weekend. One more. I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone. Repeat. I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone. Excellent. As you continue walking, you begin thinking about the entire day. The coffee shop. The office. Lunch. The unexpected meeting. The phone call. Running into an old friend. The quiet conversation in the park. Without realizing it, you've experienced dozens of everyday conversations. Each one taught you another small piece of natural English. Now I'd like you to do something a little different. This time, instead of repeating after me immediately, I'd like you to answer with your own ideas. I'll ask you a question. Take a few seconds before answering. There's no rush. Imagine, I'm walking beside you. Ready? Here's the first question. How would you describe today, in one sentence? Maybe you say, it was a busy but rewarding day. Or, it turned out better than I expected. Or, I learned something new today. Take a moment. Say your own answer quietly. Excellent. Now another question. What was the best part of your day? Maybe you answer, meeting an old friend. Or, having lunch with coworkers. Or, finally, finishing my project. Whatever your answer is, speak naturally. Don't search for perfect grammar. Just communicate. Now another one. What are you looking forward to this week? Maybe. I'm looking forward to getting some rest. Or, I'm looking forward to seeing my family. Or, I'm looking forward to learning more English. Say your answer quietly. Wonderful. Did you notice something? These aren't textbook exercises anymore. These are real conversations. These are questions people actually ask. And now you're answering them using your own experiences. That's one of the biggest breakthroughs in language learning. You're no longer borrowing someone else's English. You're beginning to build your own. Let's continue. Imagine a friend walks beside you and asks, "So, if you could change one thing about today, what would it be?" Take your time. Perhaps you answer, "I would have gone to bed earlier last night." Or, "I would have taken a longer lunch break." Or, "I would have worried a little less." Let's learn another useful phrase. If I could. Listen carefully. If I could. Repeat. If I could. Again. If I could. Now build the sentence. If I could change one thing, I'd worry less. Repeat. If I could change one thing, I'd worry less. Excellent. This pattern helps you talk about possibilities and reflections in a very natural way. Now let's shift back to the present. Imagine your friend smiles and says, "Overall, I'd say, today was a good day." Listen. Overall. Repeat. Overall. Again. Overall. This little word helps summarize your thoughts. Let's practice. Overall. I'm happy with how today went. Repeat. Overall. I'm happy with how today went. Again. Overall. I'm happy with how today went. Very nice. Here's another useful expression. All things considered. Listen. All things considered. Repeat. All things considered. Again. All things considered. It means, after thinking about everything, let's build a sentence. All things considered. It was a pretty good day. Repeat slowly. All things considered. It was a pretty good day. Excellent. Native speakers use expressions like these to reflect naturally without sounding overly formal. As your walk continues, the city becomes quieter. A gentle breeze moves through the trees. The stress of the morning feels very far away now. Take another slow breath. Think about how many natural expressions you've learned today. Not because you memorized them, because you've lived through them. You ordered coffee. You greeted coworkers. You joined conversations. You answered phone calls. You reconnected with an old friend. You talked about your feelings. You made plans for the future. That's exactly how language grows. One experience at a time. Every small sentence you repeat is strengthening a connection inside your brain. Every natural conversation makes the next one feel easier. And every time you answer with your own life, instead of translating, you're becoming the kind of English speaker you've always wanted to be. In our final part together, we'll gently bring everything together. You'll review the most useful expressions from today's journey. Practice speaking about your own life with greater confidence. And leave with a simple routine that will help your English continue improving long after today's lesson comes to an end. The evening has become wonderfully peaceful now. The streets are quieter than they were just an hour ago. The last rays of sunlight have disappeared, replaced by the warm glow of streetlights, reflecting softly on the sidewalks. Most people have returned home. The city is still awake, but it has slowed down. You unlock your front door. You step inside. You place your keys on the table. Your bag rests quietly beside the chair. You take a deep breath. The day is finally over. This peaceful moment is the perfect time to look back, not only on your day, but also on everything you've practiced throughout this lesson. Today's conversations may have seemed simple. A coffee shop, a meeting, lunch with coworkers, an unexpected phone call, meeting an old friend, a quiet walk in the park, making weekend plans. None of these situations required difficult English. They required natural English. And that's exactly what you've been building. Now I'd like you to do something different. Instead of simply repeating after me, you're going to create your own story. Don't worry. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be long. It only has to be real. Let's begin together. Imagine someone asks you, "How was your day?" Take a second. Don't translate. Simply answer. Maybe you say, "It was a busy day." Or, "It was better than I expected." Or, "It started out stressful, but it ended well." Let's practice one together. It started out busy, but it got better. Listen carefully. It started out busy, but it got better. Repeat slowly. It started out busy, but it got better. Again. It started out busy, but it got better. Excellent. Notice the phrase, started out. Native speakers use this all the time. The day started out busy. The meeting started out slowly. The movie started out well. Let's practice another one. It turned out really well. Listen. It turned out really well. Repeat. It turned out really well. Again. It turned out really well. This expression is one of the most useful ways to describe an unexpected positive result. Maybe you were nervous before a meeting. Then you say, "It turned out really well." Maybe you were worried about dinner with new people. It turned out great. Let's practice. The presentation turned out better than I expected. Repeat. The presentation turned out better than I expected. Excellent. Now, let's continue building your story. Imagine someone asks, "What was the best part of your day?" Take a moment. Think about your own answer. Maybe having coffee with a friend. Maybe finishing an important project. Maybe getting some quiet time. Whatever your answer is, it's meaningful because it's yours. Let's practice a natural response. The best part was catching up with an old friend. Listen carefully. Catching up. Repeat. Catching up. Again. Catching up. You've heard this expression before. It means spending time talking after not seeing someone for a while. Let's build another sentence. The best part was catching up with an old friend. Repeat. The best part was catching up with an old friend. Excellent. Now imagine. Someone asks, "What did you learn today?" This is a wonderful everyday question. Let's answer naturally. I learned that I don't need to rush. Listen. I don't need to rush. Repeat. I don't need to rush. Again. I don't need to rush. Native speakers often use this pattern when reflecting. I learned that. Let's practice. I learned that small steps matter. Repeat. I learned that small steps matter. Again. I learned that small steps matter. One more. I learned that practice really helps. Repeat. I learned that practice really helps. Wonderful. Now I'd like you to connect today's lesson with your English journey. Imagine. Someone asks, How's your English going? Pause for a second. Then answer honestly. Maybe. It's improving. Maybe. I'm getting more comfortable. Maybe. I'm starting to think in English more often. Let's practice one of the most natural responses. I'm getting more comfortable speaking English. Listen carefully. Getting more comfortable. Repeat. Getting more comfortable. Again. Getting more comfortable. Now the whole sentence. I'm getting more comfortable speaking English. Excellent. That's a sentence many learners can honestly say. Here's another beautiful one. I'm feeling more confident than I used to. Listen. More confident than I used to. Repeat. More confident than I used to. Again. More confident than I used to. Notice the comparison. You're not comparing yourself with someone else. You're comparing yourself with yesterday. That's real progress. Every small sentence you repeat is helping your brain build new habits. Every conversation you've imagined today is becoming easier to imagine tomorrow. That's how fluency grows. Quietly. Naturally. One repetition at a time. Let's practice another important reflection. Imagine, someone asks. What would you like to improve next? Native speakers often answer gently. I'd like to. Listen. I'd like to. Repeat. I'd like to. Again. I'd like to. Now complete the thought. I'd like to speak more confidently. Repeat. I'd like to speak more confidently. Again. I'd like to speak more confidently. Now, another version. I'd like to understand native speakers more easily. Repeat. I'd like to understand native speakers more easily. Excellent. These are real goals. Real conversations. Real English. Now, let's slow down just a little. Take a comfortable breath. Notice how different your English feels compared to the beginning of today's lesson. Earlier, you may have answered questions with 1 or 2 words. Now you're creating complete thoughts. Complete ideas. Complete conversations. That's a major breakthrough. Let's review some of the expressions you've collected today. It's been a while. I've been pretty busy. I'm looking forward to it. That sounds like fun. Works for me. I could really use some coffee. No worries. I'm getting there. It turned out really well. I'm feeling more confident. Listen to those expressions. They're simple. But together, they sound exactly like everyday English. That's because they're connected to situations, not vocabulary lists. Your brain remembers stories much better than isolated words. That's why today's lesson followed you through an entire day. Morning. Coffee. Work. Lunch. Unexpected changes. Phone calls. Old friends. Evening reflections. Each conversation built naturally on the one before it. That's exactly how language develops in real life. Now I'd like you to do one final speaking exercise before we finish. Imagine you're telling someone about your day in 5 simple sentences. I'll help you begin. Sentence 1. Today was. Pause. Finish the sentence. Sentence 2. The best part was. Pause. Finish the sentence. Sentence 3. I learned. Pause. Finish the sentence. Sentence 4. Tomorrow. I'd like to. Pause. Finish the sentence. Sentence 5. Overall. Pause. Finish the sentence. Excellent. Those 5 sentences are much more valuable than memorizing 50 random vocabulary words. Because those 5 sentences belong to you. They describe your experiences, your thoughts, your life. That's exactly what communication is. not perfection. Connection. Let's practice one final pattern that native speakers use all the time when reflecting on the day. All in all. Listen carefully. All in all. Repeat. All in all. Again. All in all. This expression means, when I think about everything together. Let's build a sentence. All in all. Today was a good day. Repeat slowly. All in all. Today was a good day. Again. All in all. Today was a good day. Now another version. All in all. I'm happy with my progress. Repeat. All in all. I'm happy with my progress. Wonderful. Take another slow breath. Smile for just a moment. Whether you noticed it or not, your brain has been practicing English for quite a while now. You've listened, repeated, imagined, answered, reacted, and little by little, something important has started happening. Instead of translating every sentence, you're beginning to recognize familiar patterns. That's one of the clearest signs that your English is becoming more natural. Remember this whenever you practice. You don't need to speak quickly. You don't need to speak perfectly. You simply need to keep showing up. One conversation, one phrase, one day at a time. In our final moments together, we'll gently bring this journey to a close. Review the most valuable lesson from today, and leave you with a simple habit that can help your English become a natural part of your everyday life. The day has finally come to a peaceful close. Outside your window, the city has grown quiet. The sounds of traffic are softer now, and the busy rhythm of the morning feels far away. The lights from nearby buildings gently shimmer in the distance, reminding you that while one day is ending, another one will begin tomorrow, with new conversations, new opportunities, and another chance to practice. For just a moment, take a slow, comfortable breath. Relax your shoulders. There's nothing left to memorize today, nothing to rush through. Simply take a moment to appreciate how far you've come during this lesson. Think back to where our journey began. Early in the morning, you walked into a small coffee shop. You practiced saying, "I'm doing pretty well. I could really use some coffee. Just a little tired today." Those simple phrases became the beginning of something much bigger. Then you walked into the office. You greeted coworkers. You handled small talk. You spoke during a meeting. You shared ideas. You agreed politely. You learned that natural English isn't about using difficult words. It's about choosing the right words for the moment. Later, you joined coworkers for lunch. You talked about weekends, food, plans, simple moments. Then unexpected changes arrived. Schedules shifted. Plans changed. You practiced staying calm with expressions like, "No problem. We'll figure it out. Sounds good." Those aren't just English phrases. They're the language of confidence. Then came the phone call. The conversation with an old friend. The quiet walk through the park. The evening reflections. Little by little, every conversation became a little more personal, a little more natural, a little more like real life. And perhaps without even noticing it, something inside your brain quietly began to change. At the beginning of today's lesson, you may have translated every sentence before understanding it. Now many of these expressions probably feel familiar. Some may even come to your mind automatically. That's exactly how language grows. Not through pressure, through repetition, not through perfection, through consistency. Every sentence you repeated today has strengthened another small connection in your brain. Every natural conversation you've imagined has made the next conversation a little easier. That's why you should never underestimate small progress. A single natural sentence repeated 10 times is often far more valuable than learning 50 isolated vocabulary words that you'll never use. Before we finish, I'd like to spend a few quiet minutes reviewing some of today's most useful expressions together. Not because you need to memorize them, but because hearing them one more time helps your brain recognize them as familiar friends instead of new information. Listen carefully. I'm doing pretty well. Repeat after me. I'm doing pretty well. Again. I'm doing pretty well. I could really use some coffee. Repeat. I could really use some coffee. Again. I could really use some coffee. I've got a lot on my plate today. Repeat. I've got a lot on my plate today. Again. I've got a lot on my plate today. No worries. Repeat. No worries. Again. No worries. We'll figure it out. Repeat. We'll figure it out. Again. We'll figure it out. It's been a while. Repeat. It's been a while. Again. It's been a while. I've been keeping busy. Repeat. I've been keeping busy. Again. I've been keeping busy. I'm getting there. Repeat. I'm getting there. Again. I'm getting there. I'm looking forward to it. Repeat. I'm looking forward to it. Again. I'm looking forward to it. All in all. Today was a good day. Repeat slowly. All in all. Today was a good day. Wonderful. Notice how different these expressions feel now, compared to when you first heard them. That's because repetition changes familiarity. And familiarity creates confidence. Now I'd like you to do one final speaking activity. This time, there won't be any model answer. The words will come from you. Imagine someone you care about asks, "So, how was your day?" Close your eyes if you'd like. Answer naturally. Use your own experiences. Use today's expressions. Don't worry about grammar. Don't worry about mistakes. Just speak. Maybe your answer is only one sentence. Maybe it's 5. Maybe it's longer. Whatever comes naturally is exactly right. Pause for a few seconds and answer now. Excellent. Now imagine another question. What are you hoping for tomorrow? Think carefully. Maybe you hope for a quieter day. Maybe you hope to see a friend. Maybe you hope to feel more confident speaking English. Say your answer quietly. Very good. One more question. What are you proud of today? Perhaps you're proud of finishing your work. Perhaps you're proud of calling someone you hadn't spoken to in a long time. Or perhaps you're proud that you stayed with this lesson, from beginning to end. Whatever your answer is, take a moment to appreciate it. Learning a language isn't only about improving your vocabulary, it's also about changing your identity. At first, you think, "I'm studying English." Then, slowly, you begin thinking, "I'm using English." Eventually, something wonderful happens. You stop thinking about English altogether. You simply communicate. That's the journey you're on. And whether you realize it today or months from now, every lesson like this moves you one step closer. Remember something very important. Fluent speakers weren't born speaking fluently. They built fluency one conversation at a time. One mistake at a time. One repetition at a time. And that's exactly what you've done today. You showed up. You listened carefully. You repeated patiently. You imagined real situations. You connected English to your own life. That combination is incredibly powerful. So the next time someone asks, "How are you doing?" Don't worry about finding the perfect answer. Simply smile. Take a breath. And answer naturally. The goal isn't to sound like a textbook. The goal is to sound like yourself. Because your English doesn't have to be perfect to be meaningful. It only has to help you connect with another person. Before we say goodbye, I'd like to leave you with one small habit that can completely change your English over time. Every evening, spend just 5 minutes thinking about your day in English. Ask yourself simple questions. What happened today? What made me smile? What was difficult? What am I looking forward to tomorrow? Answer with short, natural sentences. Don't write a long essay. Don't open a grammar book. Simply speak. Quietly. Comfortably. The more often you describe your real life in English, the less you'll need to translate. Your brain will begin recognizing patterns naturally because those patterns belong to your own experiences. That's one of the most effective ways to become fluent. Not because it's difficult, because it's sustainable. 5 minutes every day becomes 35 minutes every week. More than 150 minutes every month. And after a year, those small moments become hundreds of real conversations with yourself. Those conversations become confidence. Confidence becomes fluency. As we finish today's lesson, I want you to remember one final thought. You don't need to become a different person to speak English naturally. You simply need to allow English to become part of the person you already are. Every phrase you learned today, every conversation you imagined, every sentence you repeated, they are no longer just examples. They are tools you can use tomorrow morning when you order coffee, greet a coworker, answer a phone call, reconnect with a friend, or simply describe your day. Thank you for spending this time with me here on Relaxing English, listening. If today's lesson helped you feel even a little more confident, I'd love for you to continue practicing with us. Let me know in the comments by writing just one simple sentence in English about your day. It doesn't have to be perfect. It simply has to be yours. Reading your real sentences is one of the best ways to keep this learning community encouraging and authentic. If you'd like more long-form listening and speaking practice like this, don't forget to subscribe and join us again for another relaxing English journey. Until next time, keep listening, keep speaking, keep trusting the process, and most importantly, keep enjoying every small step forward. Have a peaceful evening. Take good care of yourself. And I'll see you again very soon in our next English conversation.